we have cleaned and sanded our box, and now we're ready to do some painting. So if you want to have a look here at the actual box, I have taken the finish off the top completely. I continued on with my mouse sander and I decided to take the finish off pretty much completely off the top of that, so I can show you how to use a stain on the top. But as you can see, I only barely scuff sanded the rest of it. But even that scuff sand took an awful lot of the finish off and really dulled it down. So it doesn't even really need priming now, especially if we were going to use General Finishes milk paint or some of the other paints that you might be using. But I'm going to prime it today because I want to show you how easy it is to prime, and that it's not something you should shy away from. So I have decanted my Zinsser primer sealer in the grey into a tray with my mini foam roller. I'm just going to move my mass sander out of the way, and I'm going to give this a quick prime. Now, because I'm going to stain the top, I'm not going to do anything with that, and I'm going to turn it upside down on its side to start, and we're going to start off with the top. So this is how easy and how quick it is to prime. But what I want you to learn from this is you only need a thin coat of primer, because all we're doing here is just dulling down the finish and giving the paint a nice even start. So here we go. Now, don't overwork this. You don't need to keep going back and forth and back and forth. You have one little coat on, move on. Okay, so you can see how quickly how quick it is to apply primer, especially with a roller. And the reason I ask you to use a roller is because you'll put the primer on really, really flat. You won't have to start worrying about drip marks and other things that will come through your paint layer. So as you can see, here was the first coat. It dulled it down a lot, even with it being that thin. But because I'd only put a small bit out in the roller, but because I have so much left, I'm going to go in and give it another coat. You can see the second coat I've just put on the centre piece. I'm going to put that all the way around the rest. It's going to take me 2 or 3 minutes, and then we're going to be finished. This is the first layer of paint, and I did it of primer, and I see I did it really, really thin, but it's totally stuck and it's gone dulled the whole finish down, which is exactly what we want, because this is a pre-finished piece, remember. Okay, I have 2 coats of primer on this now, and I want you to notice how quickly the colour builds up. I'm trying to get this light enough so you can see. Yeah. Now it's still drying in places there, but look how quickly the colour builds up from the patchiness of the first coat. Now this is going to be the same with your paint, it's just drying there. Now you can still see the wood in places as well, and that's perfectly fine. You're not looking for a full coverage in this, you're looking to completely dull down the surface. So you can see there, you can still see a little bit of wood through there, but it's so dull now towards what it was, the glossy finish that it was, and it is perfect for starting your paint. Now I want you to notice, as I say, how quickly the colour builds up, because the same will apply when you're applying the paint with a roller. It'll go on very patchy at first, and if you're used to applying paint with a brush to furniture, you might find this a bit strange and you might overwork it, going back and forth, trying to build the colour up. Please don't do that. Put it on thin, let it dry, because thin coats of paint and primer dry quicker, cure quicker, and it means they're more durable in the end. So we have that now all primed and ready, and you can see it didn't take long at all. So these are the steps I'd like you to take for most pieces of furniture. If this had been dark brown now, you would have neutralized the color completely by using this grey primer. But as I say, if you wanted to go straight in with a paint, especially with a dark paint, you didn't even need to prime this at all. But I wanted to show you how easy the priming step is, and there's no need to be afraid of it and to avoid it. Next time I'm going to show you how to apply the paint in just as easy a step. We'll also get to stain this piece, and we'll probably do even more things. Now you can go onto the Facebook group, chat to the other members, ask me any questions that you need, and until next time, talk to you then.